Respect, not using your love, respect page. I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. You know, when God works in your favor at the end of the day because you are the miracle within yourself, you don't gotta fake gaslight somebody that prove a point that God is working in your favor at the end of the day. When it shows, it shows. You know, when you tuned into God at the end of the day, you don't gotta fake gaslight nobody. That's only playing in your own face, and I say that respectfully. Hello, it's the thought process for me. But this is to say this. You know, regardless if you have a speech problem, regardless if you have a delay in life when it comes to learning at the end of the day, when God makes miracles happen in your life, they don't understand how you elevate and becoming your best self vision of yourself. When they try to project negative energy on your mindset, they try to brainwash you, manipulate your character for something that you truly not, because they didn't want to see you elevate, becoming your best self vision of yourself. Let alone they didn't want to see you elevate faster than them. And it's sad and disturbing to see that your own folks or people that you said that was close to you, or whatever case may be, they would try to play in your face to manipulate your character, something that you truly not, and or they would go against you because you have a delay in life when it comes to your learning disability, or you have a speech problem, or you put a name to your book. You know, and at the end of the day, they don't understand like how you still standing tall. I was supposed to kick you down and not allow you to see your best self vision of yourself. I was disrespecting you for a reason. I didn't want to let you see your best self vision of yourself. I brainwashed you for a reason, so you won't be able to show up for yourself. Like all this toxic energy at the end of the day, we were child of God, and the whole entire time you was a solid one, you was a real one at the end of the day. Like you didn't have malicious intentions to bring harm towards yourself and others around you. You never disrespected these people. All you try to do is just elevate and motivate them and show them that they could become their best self vision of themselves. But they just took your character as you was a threat to them at the end of the day, you know? But when God works miracles in your life, regardless of what type of delay you have, you know, and allow you to become your best self vision of yourself because you are the walking testimony, you know, and they don't understand how. It's not meant for them to understand. And I say that respectfully. You know, they would try to sidetrack you so you won't become your best self vision of yourself. Like, you know, your folks or whatever, when you had that manipulating parent who allowed you to believe that you wasn't worthy of yourself, and you saw what they was doing, and God saw what they was doing. They was trying to manipulate your character, something that you truly wasn't, and had people go against you so you could feel alone. But to reevaluate your thought process and say to yourself is, only if y'all knew. Y'all did that. You had third-party conversations about me and told people not to deal with me, but that made me even more stronger as a person to become my best self vision of myself. It's like they thought they was going against you, but they actually helped you. Like they actually allowed you to see your best self vision of yourself, and allowed you to see like, yo, you kept screaming, oh, you the only one I got. Like that's what they kept telling you. Like you all like you don't like saying to you like, oh well, you gonna need me, you gonna need me, you gonna need me, you gonna need me. Like, well, the only person I need is God. Because I walk by faith, not by sight. And I say that respectfully. So when they try to project that mindset on you, like, oh, you gonna need me, you gonna need me, you gonna need me, you gonna need me. Like, no, you need me before I need you. And I say that respectfully. It's the mindset for me. How they manipulate your character for something that you truly wasn't. And they disrespected your learning disability, your delay with your speech problem. Or you put a name to your book. Be in unhealthy relationships because that's what they wanted you to be in, unhealthy relationships, so you won't be able to show up for yourself. And they come to find out they was paying people to come into your life so they can distract you. Now, when you know, when you have those type of toxic people in your life, and God saw what they was doing behind closed doors, and when God closed that door for a reason, with that toxic behavior, because God saw all the private conversations that they was having about you at the end of the day. How they had people going against you. How they had people going against you to manipulate your character and something that you truly wasn't. And the whole entire time you was a solid, real one. And now these people reevaluating their thought process, saying themselves is, I went against the wrong person. And the enemy is showing me that I just played in my own face. It's funny how you sit there and go against somebody at the end of the day. And reevaluate your thought process that you got to deal with your own karma now. Or because the enemy psychs you out your thought process to allow you to believe to go against the child of God. And because you went against the child of God, that child of God is becoming a best self-vision of themselves. It's funny how that child of God knew how to motivate you, the person that you call slow, stupid, retarded. And they had all these problems in the day, but they knew how to motivate you on your good and bad day at the end of the day. They showed that you could be your best self-vision of yourself. But you wanted to go against that child of God. And God saw all the private conversations that you was having about that child of God. And God said, you know what, child of God, I'm going to cover you. I'm going to protect you. And I'm going to remove these types of people away from you. They try to brainwash you as a child so you won't be able to elevate. Or because they was haters. It's the mindset for me. When a person is a hater, they will go to the most disrespectful milestone just so you will be able to show up for yourself. Allow you to be put in situations where they trying to harm you. Have you being sexually assaulted by adults and you're a child. And they thought it was the norm. They laugh at it like it's okay. That's not okay. And you wondering why you're having problems with having problems today. That child of God didn't have to touch you. That child of God didn't have to do spell work to go against you in a negative way. That child of God will hope you find peace within yourself. So you one day I hope you can become your best self vision of yourself. Because what you just did to that child of God, you just allow that child of God become their best self vision of themselves only if you knew. They allowed themselves to have a bond with God. And they knew they had a bond with God from when the very first day they came into this world. That God was always protecting them. Y'all didn't want to see that child of God with that bond with God. But when that child of God got in contact with God and God said, you know what, child of God, I saw the private conversations that what they was having behind closed doors with you, about you. I'm going to close these doors for a reason. I'm going to allow you to become your best self-vision of yourself because I install these tools within you. Self-awareness, self-respect, self-healing, self-control, self-discipline, self-care, self-value, self-worth, self-peace, self-patience, self-love, self-confidence, healthy boundaries. So you can become your best self-vision of yourself, to elevate, to understand the sun within the sun, that God got your back. And God allowed you to see that day for a reason. God was patient with your process. So this is why they don't understand, like how God working in your favor. How is this possible? You overcome dealing with substance abuse, dealing with domestic violence, dealing with trauma on top of trauma. You healed because God allows you to heal mentally, physically, and spiritually so you can become your best self vision of yourself. When you was dealing with toxic relationships and they just disrespect you, they didn't know how to respect you. You was pouring more into people's cups and he was not even pouring into your cup. They didn't even respect you. They just wanted to use and abuse you. And then when you said something about it, they just wanted to manipulate your character. But you never went back and forth and disrespected anybody. But God saw everything that you was doing. You was always staying true to God and showing at the end of the day, God got your back and God's going to take care of them. You didn't have to go back and forth with words with somebody to prove a point. You didn't have to prove a point at the end of the day to show somebody that, you know what, you was dead wrong. You know, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I'm going to say it in a healthy way. I'm not having an argument with you, but you're trying to make it seem like I'm being argumentative with you so you can have one over my head, so you can psych me on my thought process, on my freedom. Or because you had malicious intentions. And when I approached you and I was just only respecting you, to love you, to honor you, you didn't know how to honor and love me. So when God removes those people from your life, God will open a door to send genuine people into your life that's going to honor you and respect you, that's going to truly love you for who you truly are, with no malicious intentions, not wearing a mask, just like your thought process on your eyesight or your pockets in the day. Because with God's guidance, God's going to guide you the right way. You walk by faith, not by sight, to understand the assignment at the end of the day, that God got your back, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. And regardless to what trauma you experience in the day, you don't got to go back and forth with words with your neighbor at the end of the day, because God installed something better within you so you can become your best self vision of yourself. And God's not going to allow you to stop your process so you won't be able to elevate. God's not going to do that. God's going to allow you to become your best self vision of yourself. The enemy will try to stop you. The enemy will try to psych your thought process on your freedom. The enemy will allow you to believe to give up on yourself. The enemy will allow you to believe that to live in fear and be discouraged. But God would never. God would store patience with you so you can have genuine self-awareness, to respect yourself, to respect your neighbor, and become your best self-vision of yourself. So when they can't get in tune why God's working in your favor, it's not meant for them to understand. And when they question a child of God, never judge a book by its cover. Because that child of God is a miracle within themselves. Because they walk by faith, not by sight, and they was a firm believer in God. Because God believed in them. And they believe in God, and they believe in the God within them, to understand the assignment within the assignment. That God got their back. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. And God's not misleading them. God's only protecting them to guide them to better days ahead. Just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because someone overlooked you, don't give up on yourself. You are genuinely loved by all the right people. You are genuinely respected by all the right people. And you deserve to be treated with respect 365 days with no malicious intention of being harmful to yourself and others around you. Never allow the enemy or hate in disguise or personal intentions like your thought process on your freedom. You know, they were trying to play you close to act like you're in tune with God and hold tight time. They're trying to bring harm towards you and manipulate your character, something that you're truly not. It's like your thought process on your freedom. So protect your energy, because not everybody's having your time. I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. Protect your energy, because not everybody's having your time. Protect your energy, because not everybody's having your time. I truly appreciate your time. Have a safe week to the genuine ones only. Naya, genuine love, respect. Love yourself, love yourself. Love yourself, love yourself. With God's protection for every direction. Have a safe week to the genuine ones only. Respect.